Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, November the 30th, and this is the last trading day for the month of November. Overnight, we have a little bit of movements, but not very much. Yesterday, we have a surprise number update from the Q3 GDP for United States. Remember, the first estimates reading was 4.9% for Q3, which is a very robust number, and market was expecting a slight improvement to 5.0. What came out last night was 5.2%, which is a lot more robust than the market expected. So the market actually took it as a sign that the U.S. economy is doing well and there is no risk of a recession, at least not in the near term. So that kicked the equity markets a little bit higher to 35,641 in the micro E-mini Dow Jones futures. We can see that the Dow Jones is now currently very, very close to a key important point. In my opinion, that level is 35,698 to 35,844, because this is where the market actually experienced some kind of selling interest way back and last year. So we can see that the price may come under a little bit of a selling pressure, in my opinion. And the first level to watch out will be about the 34,845 levels, because this is the level that actually that has been consolidating before the market ran up to the year's high. So let's watch out if there's going to be a pullback. But this pullback is likely to be a very shallow one. The overall market does looks to be wanting to go even higher, perhaps wanting to have a Christmas rally all the way into the end of 2023. So do watch out for extended buying interest going for the remaining part of the year, which is by tomorrow, there will be December 1st. So let's watch out for the Santa Claus rally. And in the S&P 500, the micro E-mini S&P 500 futures did have a marginal high at 4,597 even. And this level is again not that far away from the level which I have been watching at 4,619 and a quarter to 4,634 and a half in the futures contract. And if there's going to be any pullback, the first layer of support is likely to come from the bottom of this range here at 4,502 and a half. And further lower, I would think that a stronger level of demand, which I doubt it will have enough strength to go down as much as this, at 4,407 and a quarter to 4,437 even. Like I say, I'm watching at the 4,005 level to hold for now. And in the Nasdaq 100 futures, we can see that the marginal high is 16,207 and 7 0.75. So we have a marginal high in the Nasdaq 100. Again, we do expect a little bit of pullback. Now, Nasdaq has been very resilient. So the first layer of support is likely to be somewhere around 15,887 even to 15,912.75, with a possibility the market may actually hold above the 15,824 and a half. So again, very, very shallow retracement likely to be happening tonight. Now, tonight we have the personal consumption expenditure numbers. We all know that this number is going to be highly watched by the Federal Reserve in their calculation as to whether what they want to do with interest rates. Although market participant has already made up their mind that the Federal Reserve is done hiking interest rates for this year itself. We have one more FOMC meeting that's coming up on the 15th of December. But like I said, market participants has already more or less made up their mind that the Federal Reserve is done hiking, and perhaps even going to 2024, there will be at least 3 to 4 rate cuts going forward, starting from the second quarter. So again, that is the market expectation. The Fed did not indicate that they're going to cut rates, but the market is already moving ahead of itself. So in Asia itself, sentiment remains again very, very stable. We can see the Nikkei has actually done a 3-wave pullback with a low this morning at 33,170. I suspect the bottom is not in place yet. It's likely to drift even lower to test the 33,000 even levels. And this will be a very ideal 3-wave pullback before the market consolidates before ahead of a base and building up enough momentum to go and take out the 33,870 in the futures contract in the Nikkei 225. And over in Hong Kong, we can see Hong Kong prices have a dip this morning below 17,000, but only briefly. The market is right now having a 3-wave pullback, has already done equality move. So the low so far this morning is 16,940 in the futures contract, and this market could be getting ready to bounce. Again, it may be moving very, very differently from the major equity index in the States. Okay, so it has a life of its own. And over in the dollar itself, we can see the dollar continue to dip further on the back of a better than expected Q3 GDP estimates. dollar index went down to as low as 102.38. Now this market has already gone down since the start of November, and this market right now is, at least in the short term, seriously oversold. I suspect tonight PEC numbers, which is the personal consumption expenditure number, may cause further sell-off in the dollar, but I think the downside is going to be very, very limited going forward. In fact, if the market go below the 102.38 low, there's going to be the expectation of a technical rebound. So this level is definitely not a good level to be selling right now. If you want to sell, a better level will be 104.22 to 104.44. So do wait patiently for a rebound if a rebound actually occur. Currently, at this current price, I am not in favor of chasing the market ever lower. Okay, in fact, there's a good chance that we probably will see a counter trend rally in the dollar going forward. Okay, perhaps maybe even to early next week. And over in the euro dollar, I think the euro dollar is also about the top already, because we have seen the first time the market traded 110 this year. So 110 level is actually a good level. I suspect there's going to be at least some kind of pullback in the currencies. So do expect that to happen as well. We have a bit of a pullback this morning. We have a low of 106.09. So we can 106.09, and this is 110.17. So we can see there's quite a bit of movements here. So do watch out for a bit of an ease off in the currencies. Over in sterling, sterling remains very well beat. Although that is the case, the high trade is 127.33. I suspect that this level is going to cap any further rise. In fact, my bias is to the downside right now, at least for a minor pullback in the currencies. Over in the Aussie, same thing happened. The Aussie likely to see a top either in place or it's getting to be a top very, very soon. Now, if the market do extend higher, I suspect 0.6712 to 0.6740 is going to be the cap. Okay, if not, like I said, there's always a possibility the market may have already seen a top, at least for now. So if there's going to be any pullback, I suspect that the market may actually challenge the swing low here at 0.6522. And over dollar Canadian has actually done a three-wave pullback from 139 all the way to the low last night at 135.41, and the market right now is getting ready to bounce. Okay, so if this is the case, this is probably the most evident in the dollar Canadian, very similar to what we are seeing in the dollar index. Dollar Canadian appears to have hit the bottom here, and I suspect it's going to be able to bounce back to 137 area. Okay, do look out for the possibility of a bounce. Now, dollar yen, despite the not able to trade higher, in fact, it has taken out the most recent low at 147.17 to as low as 146.67. So this is the lowest in 2.5 months. Right now, suddenly the dollar doesn't seem that sure anymore, and any bounce is bound to be met with selling interest. If the market do bounce, I suspect 149 to 149 half level will see some kind of re-emergence of selling interest. Do watch out for that as well. Okay, and in the precious metals has been very, very strong. In fact, the precious metals is trading at almost the year high at $20.52. This is also causing the market to be vulnerable to the corrective movements. The bracket between $2,039 to $2,053 appears to be an area of resistance. So if the market cannot punch and close beyond $2,053, I think the market may come under a little bit of a pullback, targeting $2,005 to $2,015 thereabout. Same thing happening in the silver market. Silver has been a lot stronger than gold this couple of weeks. We can see silver trade to a high of $25.26, and is currently within this bracket of prices, $25.02 and $25.26. This area may actually cap further rise in silver market and may cause a pullback to as low as $23.55 to $23.74. And over in the crude oil continued to dip. All the way down to $72.13 before we see a bounce. Now, this bounce here could actually unfold in a three-wave. It is currently unfolding as a three-wave. I suspect the top side for this run is probably just under $80 to $78.81 to $79.68. 80 cents is going to be where the equality move is. You can see ABC here targeting $80.06, but I think that's about all you can do. So do not put your hope too high above $80. Even if the market do break above the near-term resistance line here, I suspect this is a three-wave move, and we may see further downside going forward. And over in Bitcoin, we can see Bitcoin has traded to a high for the year at $38,426.55 and ESOP. So we can see that this is a diagonal, okay, what you call that, rising diagonal here. So we can see that the market is moving towards apex. I suspect that somewhere very soon, either tonight or maybe tomorrow, we will see a top in Bitcoin, which may see prices in Bitcoin coming back to test the 36,250 to 36,600 dollars. So I do expect the risk now is to the downside rather than to the upside, unless we have a major run up in prices. So top side is about currently market is looking at the round number of $40,000. So do watch out for that. In the meantime, that's all I have for you. You take care. Now tonight we have the personal consumption expenditure number. Watch out for volatility to come out of that number. Bye bye. Take care.